Celebrations, UPC buyouts. So don't let the price fool you. It's at 810 right now, but you see this huge spike. 18 sold, the most sold this whole month, and there's been like no sales since August 9th. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, about a whole week since there were any sales. And actually, if you look at the number, 18 were sold. There's only 24 left. And if you look at this, there's this one seller with 810. They have four of them, and then the next price is $900. So literally only 40 is left under $900 when this hasn't even technically really broken 800 that much. And so yeah, someone just bought a bunch of UPCs. Seems like more of a target buyout, and it follows a similar pattern where I told you before, where celebrations, there are people who are buying it up like just every some interval. You see like increased buying July 26th for increased buying on August 4th, 6th, a bigger one today, August 16th. I think I saw that with, you see, for ETBs, July 28th, 23. Then you wait a couple of days, and then August 1st, 11th. You get the idea. You just see the little random spikes over here. For ETBs, it kind of continued. Like it's not always consistent, but you just see like, hey, there's this huge break over here. No large amount of sales since August 4th for ETBs. Another five sold yesterday, and price wise for ETBs, they've been hovering around roughly the 240s for a while, so the price hasn't like drastically changed everything. But this is more of a kind of a long term sort of thing, like buyout over time. There hasn't one sold like every day almost, and like at this sort of rate, like these things will kind of go up. Celebrations definitely gets a lot of hype. When I talk about celebration, I do see more views. That's kind of one of my gauges of how popular and how hyped the set is. And with that much hype, like you just know it's gonna affect the products. Um, the PCTBs, I didn't track these yesterday. So technically, from about 2 days ago, there were two sold. So that's new, and yeah, so we're still seeing more consistent sales of PCTBs, and even some picture sales that weren't accounted for as well. So, but yeah, the price for these has gone up to about 400 in general. So the range is kind of up to 400, and we're still just trying to sell those out. Um, for packs didn't sell yesterday, but yeah, 2 days ago there was a buyout packs. With packs, I did notice this pattern well. Like just every, let's just say roughly 3 days to a week, there's like a buyout pack. So August 15th, there's another one, 57 sold. And so you're seeing more packs get bought out. Those packs were bought at around, yeah, you see a larger quantity, around $19.49. These collector chests also, literally, like I skipped yesterday, so 2 days ago, August 15th, no sales since August 6th. Then a bunch on August 15th. You see a lot of activity on August 15th, basically. And so a lot of this could be the same person because all of them are happening literally on the same day, especially for a lot of listings that had like zero sales. So some people are trying to pick up these, and I've heard the promos for these graded are actually really expensive. Someone in the comment section said that, and I would believe it. A lot of promos do get worth a lot after a while, especially graded. So yeah, these are hovering toward like 115, 120 ish right now. So there's one left under 120. These Pikachu V Union ones, like I don't always cover the collection boxes, but I have been noticing they've been getting consistent demand of at least one per day, so they continue to sell. Um, it's probably not a lot of people's radars, but yeah, these are going to like 127. Well, there's one for 113 right now. Otherwise, these are going to 135 and a 140. So, won't be surprised if these sell out, go rise to 140 soon because they've been selling every day. All right, Sword and Shield. Let's look at Chilling Reign first. It's at 540. It's actually down about, I think, $20. So that's about $18, $19. Seriously, don't let the prices fool you. So just like the UPCs, I don't look at the UPCs and say, hey, the UPCs are exactly where they were before. They're at 810 pretty much. No, like ton of demand. Like figure out what's about to happen. It's actually good that the price hasn't moved yet because if you want one, then you have a chance to get one. Um, Honestly, with these Sword and Shield boxes, I have not really seen a slowdown. Like there have been like little bits of slowdown, but honestly, the analogy I came up with this is that it's kind of like putting out a forest fire. If you don't get like every little piece of like, hey, sources of fire or like every little thing, the fire will just continue to spread. and that's kind of what I'm seeing with Sword and Shield. Even if one box slows down, generally what I continue to see is that there's demand in general, and so people keep buying up these boxes, and these things are so scarce that the prices have to rise. And the bull, and I just look at, and other parts of the market are so hot as well. So I don't really see like any slowdown in the last mini bull run. Everything slowed down, like everything slowed down, and so you can kind of tell, hey, all the prices dropped, everything slowed down, everything was dropping, and that's not happening quite yet. People are still buying these up, and there's even less than there was before. So Trillion Rain 4 sold yesterday, and for this one, 540, then 550, then 600. So same place as yesterday. Two boxes under $600. Brilliant Stars, also don't let the price fool you. It's down about $12, so it went from 455 to 444 approximately. So Brilliant Stars, yeah, definitely don't let that fool you. There's still been demand, pretty good demand. Two sold yesterday, one sold today. It's been selling almost every day, about one to three. And after this one, after this cheap one at like 445, it jumps up to 470, 470, 475 after that, 480. So these are boxes coming. There's not a large quantity of them, so we are seriously making a run to $500. Some slowdowns though, avoidance guys. So good and bad. So finally had um nothing sell for one day because it's been having, like, I've been talking about this ever since we started seeing like this initial run, and I don't know what people really think about when I say these things. But I'm just like, I know some people say, hey, like, it's crazy. Like, you're just trying to get views. Sometimes, honestly, you have to, exaggerate a little bit. But for this, like, seriously, at these price points, just this amount of demand was kind of scary. And then we got to this amount of demand where it's actually selling every day. And we are at the point where I kind of expected there's only one box left under 2,500. This is where we were, probably around here when the price started to rise, or maybe a little earlier. But yeah, after all this time, well, these guys usually drops back down. It dropped back down last time. It's not dropping back down now. Like, it's going back to 2,500, and there's even less of it than before. And there's more storage to hyped up for. What do you think's gonna happen? Prices are gonna rise. Um, and then let's see what else. So other social boxes, Silver Tempest had a big buyout. Silver Tempest is definitely going to $400 very soon. You see, seven sold yesterday. One sold today. Seven is the most sold this whole month. Silver Tempest has had really good demand. There's just been too much supply and too many people willing to sell the $400 mark. Not anymore. People see, like, I've been calling out Silver Tempest since like early on, and I was like, hopefully it reaches 400. I've been tracking the signs. This is a ton of boxes to sell in that short period amount of time, and people bought up all the ones, pretty much all the ones below 400. There's only one left. We're gonna go for four, like under 400 to 410. And honestly, Silver is gonna become like a 410, a 415, a 420 perspective very very soon. There's been so much supply getting eaten up that's a matter of time. Lost Origin might be slowing, like, not might be slowing down a little bit in a sense. Like, demand wise, it's still gonna keep going up. $3 sold, so demand is still good. Price wise, it's still hovering in the like 730s, 750s. I don't necessarily expect it to rise like to 800 anytime soon, unless there's a big buyouts. But yeah, right now it's a little slower than some other boxes, like, as far as news tomorrow. But it did rise $17 for the first time since August 12th. So it's been like 5 days since it's been a rise. Silver Tempest is up 150, hasn't had a rise since August 10th. That's how long it took. It's been stagnant. It's just been selling out for like a week to reach this point. Fusion Strike over here. So Fusion Strike sold two yesterday. You're just seeing, see, like, all these boxes are selling. I've been calling out this pattern. Almost all the boxes are selling. Prices are rising, and but I started calling this out. Like, hey, there was, like, prices weren't really rising that much. But yeah, Fusion Strike is still kind of in the same place it's been in a while. For a while, like, it's two boxes under 900, and it's basically still a $900 booster box. The only people selling at these lower prices are these smaller sellers. The prices that were sold were, let's see, someone did buy one for about 900 actually, and then people have just been buying out the ones below 900. So we're gonna get there pretty soon. Yeah, with the resold, we're seeing often like one sell every day, one to two sell every day. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? People aren't replenishing this fast enough. And then for the earliest Orange Shield, Darkness Ablaze had some sales yesterday after not having sales for like that looks like about 4 or 5 days. At three, it went up $10 about, and we keep going back to 300. This is like the fastest I've ever seen dark displays rebound. It's been going back and forth to 300 for a while. So, like it was at like the two. You see this long string of days, like being at the 260s for a while. But nowadays, it's more commonly going to like it went from 270 to 300. Stayed there for about 3 days. Then went to 270. Stayed there for about no another 3 days. If someone might buy the next one tomorrow, and it will go back to 300. Like this is the most persistent I've seen dark displays of a really long time. Rebel Clash sold one box yesterday. That's pretty much all for that. And Vivil's just in battle style. Vivil's just taking a day off. But seriously, the price R looks like it's gonna rise to be like a $250 booster box, or like 240 to 260 pretty soon. Honestly, these look just like Surging Sparks prices. And then battle styles keep selling. So sold three yesterday. I don't necessarily know if it'll rise a bunch anytime soon, but currently we are seeing like a similar pattern with the other Sword and Shield boxes. There's probably a lot more battle styles and other things. But yeah, people are going to get desperate enough to buy these. And then Astral Radiance is the last one. So Astral Radiance, honestly, I'm tempted to pick these up. I don't really like Astral Radiance as a set that much. It's only about one per day, but it is only about one per day nowadays. If you average out like two cell and a zero, and then one cell, and I'm just looking at the price point. Like, it's an attractive price point. Like nowadays, getting a Sword and Shield booster box that's not like the worst ones like Vivillage and Bell Styles for under 400 seems like a good deal. And it's like it seems like we're just in the preliminary patterns of like people the same thing happening. So Astral Radiance has been really slow compared to everything else. Um, Everything else has been buying up the mana stuff. Astral Radiance has been the main slow box out of all the good boxes, and it's sort of starting to have the slowly but surely. But all the other boxes have had the leg up for like a month or two, like that. Like it's like a big procrastinator right now. Just because it's procrastinating, like I'm just like this is what happened before. People would buy up the cheaper supplies, been around 370 for the longest time. And that's actually a really smart thing. Like, why do you want to overpay? Like, just if you want to collect Astral Radiance boxes, just slowly buy these up, slowly buy them up, and eventually you'll reach 400. And you'll be like, cool. I have a bunch of Sword Shield boxes. All right, Scarlet Violet. I think that the price of Paldea boxes are going back to their stagnant mode, where they're hovering around like 265 kind of mode, and honestly, if you have like people around you who still want to sell it, it might be a good time to pick up Paldea Evolved at a cheaper price. I know Nostalgianomic did that. He bought like 50 of them for like somewhere in the 300, 340 range. And yeah, Paldea Evolved just hasn't officially risen to like all these higher prices yet, and it might be still a good time to buy if you can. I don't know if a lot of people have it. I've been seeing kind of same sort of state of it for a while. A lot of people just have like one box, and it seems like it should go 400, but there hasn't been enough momentum. There hasn't been any huge buyouts or anything since July 21st. But so probably a good time to pick up Paldea Evolved. um, City of Flames went down $3, so it's down 255. Paradox with fine rose back up to 222. I guess it was at 813. I'm just tired of it being below 220 because it was only above 220 for one day. And before that, I don't even know. Before that one day, the last time Paradox Rit was above 220 was it? Or I think actually the main time actually mostly just went up to 220 and it didn't really cross it. So we finally have Paradox would cross 220. So that 222, I've been, it's just, if you've been watching my videos, it's just been a matter of time. Supplies have been bought out, five were sold. Now we're at 222. A lot of them are around 222, 225. Hopefully we get like to like the 230s. Pretty much we're at the point nowadays. I try to keep the track of the minimum booster box price. We're at the point where the minimum booster box price is roughly 230 nowadays. Like it's not perfectly that, but it's roughly that. Um, Scarlet Violet base sold three yesterday, and yeah, we're just one under to 230. So don't underestimate that. City in Flames, we're at 255, sold one yesterday, and it still struggles to break the 260s, but yeah, the next price point's like been 258 generally. Temporal Forces, it sold only one yesterday, so demand is dropping a little bit. It's been selling 2 to 3 per day, and it still keeps trying to get to the 240s. It's kind of a slowly and surely box, kind of like Taurus in the hair. Twilight, I'm kind of keeping like a side eye for. I do think Twilight will kind of make a run for $300, just in a really slowly but surely way. It's already been at this point before, so since then, like it's definitely had like some boxes bought. One sold yesterday. I'm just eyeing these. If you really just look at the prices, to get to about $300, it's about here or here. This is definitely really close to 300, and the quantity for that is about it's about 10, so about 13 boxes, and it does sell like roughly 1 to 2 boxes a day on average. Yeah, the average daily sales too, so that's like a week of sales. So eventually, there's not gonna be enough Twilight if they keep selling like this. That no, people are just not gonna have enough of it. So Stellar Crown, I still see it going toward 240. So but it might stay at 235 for a while. So zero sold yesterday after it's been rising. There's only one box yesterday at 235. Now there's three of them, so it might just hover there. Usually they do rise in like 5 to 10 increments. And Surging Sparks is just so ridiculous how this is the same price as a lot of other boxes are really close to Scarlet Base, Paradox, and Stellar Crown is like exactly the same price. Demand did drop a little bit from like the double digits, like 10 to 5 and 4 today, and we are like close to 240. But the main reason why Surging Sparks is cheap now is because Eternal Universe Games has 24 of them. So honestly, once these sell, maybe it'll finally go up. This might be your chance to buy. Usually, when a big seller does something like this, the price will remain stagnant for a while, and you have some time to get the products. But if you wait, then it'll probably go up. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.